when my lawyers hit me and I saw the cease and desist, I was like, I didn't say nothing about her marijuana thing. Only thing I did was post about it. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm generally getting mad. Like, why is she mad? Because I'm reporting that she's, one of Papoose's chicks, and she's paying him, to come out and walk beside her and be in the ring. And Papoose ain't got no money like that. Let's just keep it a buck. Papoose ain't got no money. I'm like, why is she so mad? So when I saw the caption, I was like...
The internet didn't wake up this morning, it exploded. Because when Tasha K pressed record, she didn't just spill tea, she allegedly exposed a betrayal so calculated it may have shattered everything between Claressa Shields and Papoose. Overnight, it started with one sentence. One of Papoose's chicks. That's all it took. Within minutes, timelines were flooding with alleged leaked messages, blurred hotel receipts, and whispers of a secret voice memo that insiders claim was never meant to see daylight. A female voice trembling. A man promising silence, a warning that she can't find out before the fight. That's when fans knew this wasn't random gossip. This was timing, strategy, deception, layered on deception, because for years, Papoose built his brand on loyalty, devotion, unshakable commitment, and Claressa, she built hers on dominance, discipline, no weakness, no fear. So when Tasha hinted that an affair had been quietly unfolding behind the scenes and that someone close to the situation was ready...
That Claressa smoked on our platform, and that is not true. To my knowledge, Claressa hasn't smoked any weed. To my knowledge, Papoose didn't give her any weed. And so that was damaging, right? And so I apologize for that, Claressa, and apologize that came out on my platform. And so we have since changed the caption to something that was directed at what was in the content. And I told my team, don't be adding nothing extra. Don't be adding nothing. I know you're messy. That's why I hired y'all, but don't add nothing extra, because then it costs me extra. And then I got to pay these lawyers, and these lawyers be $600 an hour. $600.
Was ready to talk. The internet didn't just react. It went to war. Twitter detectives pulled old clips, Instagram stories resurfaced. A Hawaii trip suddenly looked suspicious. A deleted caption suddenly felt intentional. And then came the alleged bombshell. Monthly payments labeled support that some claim weren't business at all. But here's where it gets darker. Sources say Claressa didn't find out through blogs. She allegedly heard it herself. Recording 3 minutes and 12 seconds long, and by the time it ended, insiders claim everything had changed, because this wasn't just cheating, this was coordination. This was humiliation. And if the next leak is real, what Tasha K is about to drop could permanently destroy the image fans thought they knew. And trust me, the worst part hasn't even surfaced yet. The first real crack didn't happen online. It happened in private. According to sources close to the situation, Claressa Shields had already been feeling something was off, weeks before Tasha K ever hit record. The missed calls, the late-night studio sessions, the sudden need for privacy screens on phones that were once left face-up on kitchen counters. At first, she brushed it off. Champions don't panic. Champions calculate. But then came the screenshot. An anonymous DM landed
on her being in Hawaii with Papoose, right? And Papoose's side chick allegedly popped up and said, I'm in Hawaii sitting pretty too. Now, Remy Ma has already spilled the wine on Claressa not being the only one, and how desperate she's been over having Papoose by her side. I mean, she is, what do you call it? Like the greatest fighter, whatever, boxer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not negating what she's done, but she's obviously number one in her class. And so she's been winning a lot of belts, and she's that chick, right? I wouldn't want to fight her. I'm gonna stay in the house.
Landed in her inbox. At 2:47 a.m., it contained 3 images. A hotel reservation in Hawaii under a familiar alias. A blurred selfie of a woman inside what looked like a luxury suite, and a message that read, ask him who he was really with. The timestamp matched a trip he'd described as business. She didn't respond immediately. Insiders say she stared at the screen for 10 full minutes. No tears, no yelling, just silence. Meanwhile, on the other side of the internet, Tasha K was already building her case. On her platform, she hinted that Papoose wasn't the loyal husband fans believed him to be. She claimed a woman had reached out with receipts that would shake the boxing world. And then she dropped the line that detonated everything. Y'all think Claressa the only one? That was the spark. Within hours, fans were dissecting old interviews. In one resurfaced clip, Papoose avoids eye contact when asked about loyalty. In another, Claressa laughs off a question about relationship rumors, but her smile looks tight, forced. The comment sections turned savage. Check Hawaii. Follow the money. Ask about the villa. Then came the alleged voice memo. A distorted clip circulated in private group chats before leaking publicly. A woman's voice? You said she was just for the cameras. A man's voice, low and urgent. Don't start this. Not right now. The internet lost its mind. Tasha went live within minutes of it trending. Calm, calculated. She claimed she'd heard the full, unedited version. She said it was worse than y'all think. And then she added something that changed the narrative completely. She alleged there were payments involved. Let's keep it a buck, she said. Somebody's funding somebody. Screenshots allegedly showing monthly transfers began circulating. Thousands of dollars labeled consulting, travel, and one chilling note. Appreciate your silence. Fans connected dots faster than anyone could deny them. And that's when Claressa allegedly confronted him, sources say. The confrontation happened in a private home. No cameras, no witnesses, except to close friends who later described it as volcanic. She reportedly placed her phone on the table and pressed play. The 3-minute recording filled the room. By the end of it, insiders claim a glass had shattered. Against the wall, he allegedly insisted it was taken out of context, that the woman was obsessed. That nothing physical happened, but then she asked one question. Why Hawaii? Silence. Because the Hawaii trip was supposed to be training related. Sponsors, appearances, but another woman had posted from the same resort. Same balcony, same infinity pool. Captioned, sitting pretty while they talk. The timing wasn't coincidence. It was provocation. As the argument escalated, Tasha dropped another teaser. Y'all ain't even heard about the second phone. Second phone. That single phrase triggered another wave of chaos. Fans began speculating about burner numbers, hidden accounts, encrypted messaging apps. Old paparazzi photos were zoomed in on. Was that a second device in his jacket pocket? Was that why certain calls always went unanswered? Meanwhile, Claressa posted a cryptic message. Don't confuse loyalty with convenience. It racked up millions of views in hours. Papoose stayed silent publicly. No denial, no clarification. Just absence. And in the social media age, silence feels like confession. Then, late that night, another alleged insider surfaced. This one claiming the affair wasn't new, that it had started quietly during a rough patch months ago, that promises had been made to end it, that boundaries had been renegotiated. But here's where it gets darker. The insider claimed. The other woman wasn't alone. There were group chats, screenshots of conversations, discussing how to spin it if things leaked, advice on keeping stories straight, even a message that read, she's too focused on belts too. Notice that line cut deep, because Claressa's career has been her fortress, discipline, focus, legacy, too. Suggests she was too busy winning to see betrayal unfolding behind her back. That wasn't just disrespect, that was humiliation. And humiliation turns controlled anger into something far more dangerous. The next morning, Tasha hinted at legal threats. When my lawyers hit me, she said I was. Like, I didn't say nothing extra. I posted what was sent to me. She flashed what appeared to be a cease and desist email. Blurred, but visible enough to fuel speculation. $600 an hour, she reminded viewers, but she didn't back down. Instead, she promised one more drop. One more recording, she teased, and after that, ain't no coming back. Behind the scenes, sources say Claressa demanded full transparency. Passwords, call logs, travel itineraries. And what she allegedly found wasn't just emotional betrayal, it was planning. Flights booked last minute, cash withdrawals before trips, a contact saved under a fake name, and a note in his calendar marked only with a flame emoji. By now, the narrative wasn't just about cheating. It was about deception, engineered carefully enough to avoid detection. And yet, it slipped because someone talked. Someone leaked, someone decided the secret wasn't worth protecting anymore. The final blow in this chapter came when an anonymous account posted a blurry image of two silhouettes on a balcony in Hawaii. The caption read, "Truth always surfaces." Fans zoomed in, compared body types, compared tattoos, compared jewelry. Was it him? Was it staged? Or was it proof? As the image spread, Claressa reportedly went quiet again. No posts, no comments, no denials, just absence, and that silence felt heavier than any statement she could made. Because insiders whisper. That which she discovered next after digging deeper into that second phone is something no one has publicly revealed yet, and if those whispers are true, the next revelation won't just expose an affair, it will expose who helped hide it. The silence didn't last long, because just when the internet thought it had reached peak chaos, another leak detonated, and this one wasn't blurry, wasn't distorted. wasn't vague, it was crystal clear. An alleged screen recording surfaced from what insiders claim was that infamous second phone. The contact name wasn't saved as a woman, it was saved as a business partner. Neutral, forgettable, safe. But when the messages were opened, the tone wasn't professional. Miss you already. Next time longer. Delete this. Next time longer. Delete this. The timestamps aligned perfectly with trips that had been labeled appearances and training camps. And the most devastating part? One of the messages was sent just hours after Claressa Shields had publicly praised Papoose for being her rock. The internet froze, then it erupted. Fans who once defended him started asking questions. Why the burner? Why the fake contact? Why the coordination? The narrative shifted from rumor to pattern, and then came the recording. Tasha had been teasing. Tasha K went live without warning. No intro music, no build-up. Just a straight stare into the camera. I told y'all. She pressed play. A heated exchange, clearer than the first leak. A woman crying. A man whispering urgently. You promised you wouldn't call me when she's around? Then a pause. Then the sentence that changed everything. I left her room to come see you. Left her room? That wasn't emotional cheating. That was proximity. That was physical presence. That was calculated risk. Within seconds, clips flooded social media. Hashtags trended worldwide. Reaction videos multiplied by the minute. Even casual observers who didn't follow boxing or hip-hop suddenly had opinions. And behind the scenes, insiders say Claressa finally broke dot. Not publicly, dot not online, but privately dot sources. Describe an emotional meltdown unlike anything her inner circle had ever witnessed. The undefeated champion pacing barefoot across marble floors, phone clutched, voice shaking. How long? She allegedly kept asking. How long did you think I wouldn't find out? He reportedly insisted it wasn't what it sounded like. That the recording was old. That context was missing. That people were spinning it. But context doesn't change tone, and tone doesn't lie. Then another twist dropped. An anonymous email sent to multiple blogs claimed there was a third party involved, not romantically, but strategically. Someone who allegedly knew about the affair and helped coordinate schedules, a fixer. A mutual acquaintance who kept things smooth. Calendar overlaps avoided. Events spaced out, stories rehearsed. If that's true, this wasn't reckless, it was organized, and that revelation shifted public sympathy hard, because betrayal by one person is painful, betrayal orchestrated by multiple. That's war. Remy Ma's old interviews resurfaced again. Subtle comments about loyalty, about men being men. Fans dissected every syllable like hidden prophecy. Some claimed she had known for months. Others argued she was blindsided too. Meanwhile, Claressa's silence became louder than any statement. Brands started watching. Comment sections grew vicious. Supporters rallied with protect her threads. Critics accused her of ignoring red flags. Then came the financial bombshell. A deeper dive into those alleged transfers revealed something chilling. One payment labeled simply, Hawaii closure? Closure doesn't usually require thousands of dollars. Speculation exploded that someone had been paid to disappear, to stay quiet, to move on quietly before the next championship fight. But if that was the plan, it failed, because someone kept receipts, and someone decided the truth was more valuable than silence. Tasha leaned into the fire. Y'all thought I was messy, she said. This ain't messy. This is layered. Layered with lies, layered with strategy, layered with arrogance. Behind closed doors, insiders say Claressa demanded full transparency one final time. No yelling, no glass shattering, just cold questions and longer pauses. Was I ever the only one? That question reportedly hung in the air longer than any argument, and no one has confirmed what answers she received. But hours later, she unfollowed not just him, multiple accounts, mutual connections. One of the alleged women. That digital shift spoke volumes. Papoose finally broke his silence with a vague statement about false narratives and edited recordings. He claimed manipulation. He claimed defamation. He did not directly deny the relationship, and that omission fueled everything. Because in scandals like this, what you don't say screams. Now rumors swirl that legal action is being prepared. See Sandicists, potential lawsuits, threats aimed at platforms hosting the recordings. Tasha appears unfazed. $600 an hour, she reminded viewers again. I budget for truth, but truth is subjective online, and perception is permanent. As of now, Claressa hasn't released a formal statement. No press conference. No live stream. Just one final post late at night. Respect isn't optional. For words, millions of interpretations. Some believe reconciliation is impossible. Others think this is a storm they'll weather privately. A few insiders whisper that this wasn't even the first exposure, just the first that went public, and that possibility is the most explosive of all. Because if there were if apologies were already made before, if this is history repeating louder, then this isn't just scandal, it's a cycle, and cycles, when broken publicly, don't just hurt relationships, they reshape reputations right now. The world waits for one decisive move, a confirmation, a denial, a breakup, a reunion, anything. But until that happens, the leaks feel endless, the recordings feel heavier, and the damage feels irreversible because what started as a whisper became screenshots became audio, became collapse, and if one more insider decides to talk, what's left standing might fall completely. If you've been watching this unfold, thinking it can't get any crazier, think again, because in scandals like this, the loudest explosion always comes after the silence. Right now, pieces are still moving behind closed doors. More screenshots could surface. Another recording could leak. One unexpected confession could flip everything you think you know, and trust this when it drops. It's going to drop fast. So if you don't want to be the last one scrambling to catch up while the timeline is already on fire, this is your moment. Hit like right now if you believe there's more to this story than what we've seen. Comment your theory. Was this a calculated double life, or did things spiral out of control? Do you think Claressa Shields will finally break her silence, or is Papoose preparing a move nobody sees coming? And what role will Tasha K play next, peacemaker or final detonator? Your voice matters here, because the internet is shaping this narrative in real time. Subscribe immediately and turn on notifications. The next leak, the next reaction, the next twist. It could happen any second, and when it does, you'll want to say you were here before the final bombshell shattered everything. Don't just watch history unfold, be ahead of it. Watch history unfold, be ahead of it.